Hey, Kyle here. Welcome to the third day of the eco-mindfulness challenge on building a daily meditation habit that sticks. Meditation builds mindfulness and presence. It actually restructures your brain to be present, to be more connected, to be more calm, to be more creative, all these things that are awesome because they're the things that machines can't do in our age of automation and artificial intelligence. Natural intelligence of being connected, of being present is something that humans have that's very special that we should be working on growing. So mindfulness, learned through more meditation, is a very powerful practice. And this is one of my favorite trees where I sit and meditate. It's a beautiful ancient oak. And oak trees are very powerful in the Druidic tradition. Literally, they're the tree of life, the tree that gives life. And if you sit with an oak for an hour, you'll see it gives life to birds and insects and wildlife passing through. It's just an amazing tree you see all over the Northern Hemisphere. In fact, just about anywhere in the world, they have some kind of oak tree. So, for meditation. Meditation does not have to be complex, okay? You don't have to get some special technique from a guru. You don't have to go to a monastery. You don't have to get all dogmatic about it. It's very simple. It's as simple as closing your eyes and being present with how you're thinking and feeling and observing things as they are without judgment. So mindfulness meditation is essentially about being intentional. So you want to set intentional time to practice where you're going to notice what's called meta-awareness. When your mind wanders from your point of focus, you bring it back. So your point of focus usually is your breath. Just for me, I just notice the breath coming in, the breath going out, and how it animates my body. And when I wander into thinking about the past and the future, I just notice that and I bring my awareness back to my presence, back to what's happening in the here and the now, okay? And a good mantra sometimes I repeat to myself on the days I'm struggling to pay attention is be here now. Be here now. Not in the past, not in the future, here, now. So the way to practice, I'm gonna quickly guide you through. So close your eyes. Close your eyes. Just notice how you're feeling. Just quickly scan your body, notice how you're feeling. Just accepting yourself as you are, accepting your feelings, noticing them and accepting them. And now bring your attention to your breath. Your breath coming in and your breath going out. Now when your mind wanders, just notice that. Bring it back to the point of focus, which is your breath, animating your body, giving you life. Breath is very powerful as a tool for awakening and increasing awareness. The word spirit actually comes from the Latin root spiritus, which means to breathe. So breath is fundamental to spirituality, to connecting with who you really are. Because who you are is your environment and it's inside you. There's a fundamental interplay, interconnection between the two. So just noticing your breath coming in, going out. Coming in, going out. Now it's perfectly normal for your mind to wander. On some days when you're tired or you're stressed, it's more important on those days actually to practice. And it's much harder to practice. That's when you'll get the most benefits. So what you want to do to build the habit is you want to set a timer each morning. And I recommend starting with only 2 minutes and only moving up after you've done 2-minute meditations for a whole week with consistency. And to build a habit, you want to basically anchor it in your daily routine, ideally in the morning, with something you're already doing every single day as a habit. So for me, I get out of the shower, I meditate. I had that shower as a habit already, and I've anchored it just after that with my meditation practice. And the key is start small with a tiny habit. Most people get, overwhelm themselves. They get too much into, I'm gonna do 20 minutes a day, I'm gonna do an hour a day. It's not realistic when you're starting out. 2 minutes, and if you can't do 2 minutes, do 1 minute. And 1 minute, do 10 seconds and work your way up. And the key is to build that daily habit that's anchored in your routine. And over time, you can do more and more. for me, I've been meditating for almost 15 years. And on my timer, I only set 5 minutes. So each day I do 5 minutes as a minimum. And then I have it continue on after that. Some days I'll do a half hour, maybe 45 minutes. But on a day when I'm struggling and I know I don't have much time, I'm maintaining the habit like clockwork by always doing that 5 minutes. So that's crucial to really building a habit that sticks, starting very small. And this is why over 90% of people that learn to meditate don't do it consistently. It's because they start too big, and you have to start small with a tiny habit. So 2 minutes a day. I use an app called Insight Timer, which is great, has nice bells. Yeah, you can use your phone's timer. Just use your Siri or Google Assistant and say set a timer for 5 minutes. It's very easy to do. I like to keep track of my streaks and the amount of time I meditate, and some apps can do that. You can search for meditation apps in the App Store. But really, there's a lot of different ways to meditate. But fundamentally, if you want to train awareness and presence, observe your breath, your spirit coming in, going out. When your mind wanders, bring your mind back to the present moment and your experience of it. The felt presence in your body of your immediate experience. Okay, so this is the third day. You're over halfway through, and tomorrow we're going to get into something I'm really passionate about, which is adaptogenic medicinal mushrooms, which I think everyone should be taking in the winter. Test them out in different ways, as I'm going to show you, to see what works for you. You know, may not work for everyone, as not everything does, but they work. You know, there's a huge amount of studies done on mushrooms. Their adaptogenic qualities for increasing energy, lowering stress, increasing adaptability, improving your sleep, improving your neurogenesis so you remember more and you learn faster. All these things that are so amazing. But a lot of the medicinal mushrooms are very rare in the Western diet today. So adding these simple mushrooms to your life can have a huge impact. So that's tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, and I hope you meditate and you find that a simple habit, you know, 1 time a day, ideally in the morning, anchor it in your routine, start with 2 minutes and go from there. All right, see you tomorrow.